What is up, y'all? JT, Resident Dog Fishing. No fishing. Got something. It's going to be related to fishing eventually, but I had a couple brackets break on my boat trailer, and I had an old stick welder. It wouldn't get the job done. So picked up something new, and we're about to test it out. I'm going to go with a caveat. I'm not a welder. I've never taken any welding classes. All I've done is goofed off in the garage with a cheap stick welder. I bought it years ago. But hopefully this is going to be an upgrade. It's a tiny little son of a gun. There are a couple videos on YouTube I watched, and this thing impressed, so I bought it. It was 60 bucks. 60 bucks on Amazon. So, I mean, here's that's the clamp. I mean, already this thing feels more solid than the little piece of junk I was using earlier, so. Positive lead, or the stinger lead, whatever I said. I'm not a welder, dude. Doesn't seem too bad. Ground clamp. Look at this little son of a gun. I mean, that is it, bro. The video I watched, they had 3/32 rods. They were running, I think it was a 7018. And this is supposed to go up to 135 amps. We're going to find out the hard way. Let me get her set up. All right. Got a little 1/8 inch or 3/16 flat bar here. 7018 rod set up in there. 3/32. And what is it? I don't even know the amp. I think they said the amperage was supposed to be 3/32, 65 amps to 100 amps. That's what I'm seeing. So, keep this little sucker on. You know, it really might help if it's plugged in. There we go. It's 135. Let's start at 70. Start at 70 amps. See what happens. You know, it might help. And away we go, 75 amps. I suck. Well, that was something. But of course I stick it, which that's common. It's what I do. I suck at welding. I mean, there's a weld. We got it going. I don't know how good it was, but I mean, there's something. we get a hammer and chip that up. I mean, it's a little on the surface, looks like, but let's do it again. Let's crank it up to 90. So you get a little more penetration. I know I'm using wood as a welding surface, go figure, just to protect the bed of my truck. I mean, obviously that first one's crap. That one's a lot better, but keep in mind, I've never welded a day in my life other than playing with that crappy stick welder I had. So I mean, we're getting somewhere. Keep crispy frying my table, so I'm gonna set it up on here. But I've run 4 beads so far with it. Seems to like 90 amps, so still having a pain in the butt striking an arc, but we'll give it a shot. Again, see if I can get her to go. Stuck it. Stuck it right in the weld pool. Well. I mean, I really ran a good one. I should have got that one on camera, but this was the first 3, first, second, third. That's the 4th one. That one really came out good, and that one was crap. That was at 100 amps. I turned it down again, so maybe I'll leave it at the 100 because that came out really good. So I think it likes the 100. Try one at that and see what happens. And I reached the duty cycle. It shut off. But we got it welded down. I don't get a lot of welding time on my 20 amp breaker at 100. But again, I'm not welding a lot. So yeah, it likes to 100 on this machine anyway. See how these are kind of piled up on top? And again here, and this one's got some good penetration, and so does that one. So I think 100 it likes, but we're not going to get a whole lot of duty time with it. That breaker popping. So there's breaking in, testing out the little Tooliom TL-135 welder. Claims 135 amps. Do I think it's putting that out? I don't think so, especially on a 110 outlet. But that's the nice thing about it. For someone like me who's doing stuff around the house, plugs into any outlet I need, especially in my garage. I don't have a 220 out here, so I could go big, but again, it goes back to cost. I mainly picked this up because I'm repairing some brackets that hold up fenders on my boat trailer. Those brackets were $50 each plus shipping. This is $60. So math on that adds up to me. Plus now I have a tool. I can fix what I need to, and I have a tool to use something later on. So in the previous video, you can go back and check that out. I tried to weld up those brackets using the old welder I had, which was a piece of junk. And I knew even less than I know now about welding. It was broken. I couldn't adjust in the amperage on it. And I was trying to use a 1/16 6011 rod, which in my goofing around on YouTube, you can't weld with that. Not 3/16 or 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch thick steel. You can't. It's not going to get hot enough to penetrate it. So I tried to use a 3/32 rod with that welder, and it wouldn't run it. So had to upgrade. And this little thing, for what it is and what I'm going to use it for, I don't think you can beat it. Do I think it's putting out the whole 135 amps? No. As I said, especially not on a 110. But if you're doing stuff around the house, I wouldn't take this out and weld a Caterpillar tractor with it to do heavy machinery. It's not going to work. But for a homeowner, for somebody doing stuff around the house, light welding, put your wheelbarrow back together, trailer boat brackets, little stuff like that, for $60, I really don't think you can beat it. I'm sure this is going to get plenty of criticism for the lack of PPE I was wearing. I was welding in a shirt, but I had the welding gloves, welding helmet, again, it's not that I don't care, but I don't. I had to get done what I needed to get done, and I got it done. So I'm not worried about OSHA coming to my house. Anyway, I'm working on those boat trailer brackets with this Tooliom welder. Smash that like and subscribe button. It's coming up soon, and I will see you on the water.